weekend, and we got two big games in LA next week. But try to enjoy this one for a little while before we move on to the Chargers.
We'll open up for questions. Alan Siegel, followed by Dan Roach.
Thanks, Stacy. Bill, in the first part of the game, there seemed to be some problems with edge containment, whether on a swing pass or runs. It definitely got better as the half went on and as the game went on. Was that a matter of adjustment, or was it a matter of maybe just adjusting to the quickness and the speed that you were facing?
I think thanks, Alan. Yeah, you identified a definite problem that came up early in the game. And, Cliff does a real good job of that. He does a good job of creating conflicts for the defense and putting the defense in tough spots. And he did that. They got the ball outside, and they hurt us with some outside runs, a variety of them. And so we just, it was a challenge the whole game, but, we played them a little better as the game went on. Steve made a couple of good calls that put us in the right defense against a couple of those as well. So that was good too. But look, they're fast. I'm not going to say that the speed of the game, wasn't an issue. I mean, it's always an issue when they have fast players, which the Cardinals do. But I think it was just more that they got us on a couple of scheme plays, and they have you thinking about a lot of different things between the passing game, the RPOs, the running game, the misdirections, and so forth. It's hard to play real aggressively against them because if you're a step or two late on one thing or another, then you've really got a problem. So you try to play it, be sound on it, and then sometimes it just you're a step late on where you're supposed to be. So I thought, Chase and John Simon, our safeties, AP and Duggar, Devin, Anthony outside as well. Like those guys, they did a good job, but it's definitely challenging. This is a good offense, and they're well coached, and they present some difficult conflicts for the defense.
Next question, Dan Roach, followed by Steve Sanchez.
Hi, Bill. Just what kind of explanation were you given on the Anthony Jennings illegal blindside block? And also to follow that up, after you guys had gone into the locker room with the big goal line stop, and then to come out in that first series and force the punt, it looked like they had a punt return for a touchdown. How big was it of your team to hang in there and not get down about it and keep fighting as they did the rest of the way?
Right. Well, the stop at the end of the half was a big one. They ran like the inside zone play, cut it back, and I think Bentley made the tackle there, good strong tackle to keep Drake out of the end zone. So I mean that was obviously a huge play for us. But in the third quarter we had got him into a longer yardage situation, got off the field. It was, the two returns in the game helped us field position wise. Disappointing that the punt return got called back, but we'll just have to pull off that a little bit, I guess. But it was a good job on special teams today. I thought we covered well, we returned well, we made our kicks. Nick made a huge kick there at the end of the game, just like he did against the Jets. So. I thought our special teams had a good day for us.
What explanation did you get, Bill?
That, it was basically a blindside block. That's what they called, right? Wasn't a blindside block?
Yes, that's what they called.
Yeah.
Blindside
That was the explanation.
Next question, Steve Sanchez, followed by Michael Hurley.
Hi, Bill. You got a big performance from Adam Butler. Can you talk about him a little bit? And
Yeah, we missed Adam last week, but Adam did a real good job of penetrating the inside part of the pocket, and I think that certainly helped our pass defense. Not just the sack, but some disruptive plays in there, and just made it a little tougher for him to execute the passing game. So he did a nice job, and he's good at that. He's good at penetrating the inside part of the pocket, and when we have that from him, it really makes a big difference for our defense on those passing situations.
Next question, Michael Hurley, followed by Jim McBride.
DeAndre Hopkins was held to 55 yards. You talked the other day about how he has some freedom in the offense and some options. It looked like there were some plays where maybe 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, Steph gave him a little bit of a cushion. Is that something you're comfortable with, given how explosive he can be down the field, and you kind of have to manage that?
I think you got to mix it up on this offense, this quarterback, and certainly on Hopkins. I mean, you just sit in the same thing against him all day. I'm not really sure how good that is. So, we played some man, we played some zone, we blitzed them, we pressed them, we played off, we rolled into them, we didn't roll into them. So, I think that's there's some. Like I said, I think you just have to mix it up on them. And one thing Steph did was compete well. Force some throws. They hit a couple. They didn't hit all of them. And tackled well. After the catch. So we didn't have any explosive plays there. But I mean, Hopkins is as good a receiver as we're going to face all year.
Next question, Jim McBride, followed by Ben Bowen.
Hi, Coach. I wanted to take you back to the goal line stand there. It seemed like there was you had a conference with Steve and Jason McCourty, and just kind of, obviously without giving away any strategy, what was that conversation like as you watched the Cardinals kind of set up their offense?
Well, we took a timeout there after I think they had taken a timeout, or after we had seen the formation, and there were a couple things that we were alert for down there, and we just tried to make them aware of it and make sure that we had the right what we felt was the right or the best call for that situation. And obviously our defensive line did a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage, and like I said, I think Bentley scraped and made the tackle and made a strong tackle and kept Drake out, but there's a lot of things to cover down there. There's multiple runs, and the quarterback's a potential runner, and Hopkins is out there, and so there was several things that depending on how they aligned, there were several things that we were ready for, and then once they aligned, then I think we could eliminate a couple of them, but there still were some issues, so we just want to make sure we had everything straight.
Last two questions will do Ben Bowen and Doug Cotty.
Hey, Bill, considering that you guys have had a handful of games this year where haven't been able to make the plays in crunch time in the fourth quarter, how good did it feel to be able to execute and come away with a last-second win here today?
Yeah, it was great, man. Yeah, it was great. It was after the interception, big stop there on 3rd and 2, whatever it was, forced a field goal, and it looked like we had a good rush on the field goal. Fortunately, I missed the kick there, and then we didn't really have a good series offensively, but